Hello, my name is Charles Randolph, and welcome to the channel. Tonight, a street interview in downtown Portland just off Burnside with a man I'll call Nameless. We discuss his life, comfort, drugs, and a bit of recent politics. Following, a short dialogue reviewing the conversation, and finally, any removed content of substance at the end. Full disclosure, I did stitch this interview together a bit, not to change the frame, rather to bring more structure and fluidity. This is a place of active drug use and harsh conditions, which you'll see as we are approached by those seeking fentanyl. Enjoy the show. And if I sit down with you?
Yeah, please do. Thank you.
Like I said, my name's Charles. Would you like to give us your name? No? All right.
I feel freer. I didn't always live this life, so I started backpacking in 2021. Backpacking became like a popular thing all of a sudden on YouTube. It got on my algorithm. I still have computers because I don't want to get caught in the algorithm. Like, I'm traumatized forever. Fuck Google, fuck the internet, cell phones, I can't do it. I want to live off the grid.
Where did you come from? Where's your home? How did you end up here?
I came from somewhere in Georgia. My home, I have none. I have no home place other than alone in that peace, floating through space, froze. I guess that's as close to home as I can imagine.
How have you been treated?
I've been treated well. Along with that, I've also been treated to my share of punishment.
Do you consider this a form of punishment?
No, this is a sanctuary.
It is?
This building, this whole building block used to be a church. And then it turned it into stores and merchants. In the Bible story where it's like, my den of thieves, how mighty you are. This is what it's talking about. And now it's just, like Skid Row, a place for derelicts. We took a redirect down the detour route.
So this place means a great deal to you.
Somewhere I can get out of the rain, somewhere I can get safe, maybe warm, possibly warm. Warmer than just in the breezeways. The wind's cutting, man. The wind's cutting like ice,
right.
Black ice. Like, I'm starting to wonder if the wind actually is an entity all itself. It has an intelligence, or it has a functionality that is integrated with our neuroscopic system. Like, it's not even fair.
When you're wet and cold and it hits you, it cuts.
Like, it turned ISIS into a freaking Hubble telescope transcrimometer. It just follows everyone around all day. Make sure they have the best day they can.
Yeah. So this place keeps you safe, keeps you warm. It used to be a church.
I think this is a Japanese section. This is a Japanese section. I love all the Japanese areas. Anywhere I can get a cherry blossom or a dogwood or a magnolia.
Do you think that's one of the reasons why you're drawn here? Because of its nature as a church?
Yes, nature as a place for suffering, grieved souls, lost, in search of something, to protect it, sanctuary. That's not so possible.
That's an interesting thing that you mentioned. Suicide rates in our society is so high. And, I think one of the reasons possibly for that is so many people have so much time to think because they're no longer surviving.
Yeah, I don't think people are surviving these days. I think they're actually being herded into a group of World War Z zombies. Eventually the mad cow is going to spread, and all the human consumption is going to take over the brains of the people, and we're all going to just go to a dystopian state. All because of the food we ate and the things we loved weren't each other. That's backwards. Something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we ate each other, we'd all go crazy.
Right.
But we can't help it now because of all the the common immunities like spina bifida, autoimmune diseases, wasting bacteria, sewage. You can't help but breathe it in. It's human congestion. I think this society isn't what I thought it would be as a child, and it's hurting me.
Say that again?
I didn't know this society was going to torture me.
Do you feel that you're here by choice or here because it's imposed upon you?
I'm pretty sure I'm out of control. I have an overlord.
So you feel like
The overlord has me.
society has imposed this?
I feel like society's destitute. The overlord is supreme.
What do you mean by the overlord?
And there's an overshadowing thing over everything. An overshadowing thing.
Like a higher power?
Yeah, I like that. It's definitely real. It definitely is powerful.
Or actually, you said you're in a lot of pain? Is that one of the reasons why you're out here?
Yeah. I'm grieving from a lot of stuff from my past lives and experiences altogether. I don't know if you can see that pinky.
Is one of the reasons why you use for the pain?
Yeah. It does quantitative influences.
What was that?
It does quantitative influences.
Like what?
Teaches me lessons, reminds me of things, tells me to be nicer to myself, be nicer to my wounds, be nicer to the trees, to be nicer to people. A way nicer perspective.
Is that one of your goals?
Yeah, I think that's worth more than money.
What was that?
I think it's worth more than money.
How we treat others?
Yeah, like the Autobahn group, the group of scientists that studied race cars and eventually made $2 billion on luxury transport systems. This is like the slime mode. China built its super transway for its citizens and peoples out of a slime mode. They took the design of a slime mode, migrated to a computer, and made the smartest travel system. That's dope. I don't want it in my body though.
You're right. Speaking about dope, what do you think about drugs on the streets nowadays?
It's
Like
not
with
good
Fetty?
enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not what I would envision for the future. I would envision something different for the future. Like genetic splicing. More intelligent creatures, like dogs, but way more intelligent. Like a gerbil mixed with a cat, mixed with a tiny dwarf. And that's the drugs.
That's the drugs?
Yeah, being a friend to this creature.
I like that.
I think that's gonna be healthy.
Being a friend. I like that.
And then like the Transformers, they just kind of jump on you and like, and then they help you out and stuff. They help us learn lessons. And it's just like being a kid again. The same idea of being a kid, like how you, like Little Bill, like all those kid shows, like Dora the Explorer. The same principle.
I know what you're saying. Rather than something that can harm you, something that can protect you.
Yeah, so people don't fall through the cracks.
Yeah. I like that. What's most common now on the streets? Is it just the Fetty?
Far East. Heroin from the Far East.
Really?
That's what I want.
It's coming back?
That's the scary part though, because a lot of people died. A lot of people we're not gonna get back.
Interesting. So much of the media's attention is on fentanyl right now. And the usual story is that heroin's no longer around.
I'll stick to the story.
What?
I'll stick to the story.
I believe you. I do.
For some reason I can't get it lit.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Is there anything you'd like to talk about?
Who's for president? Who's for president?
Trump won.
Yes. Evil shall surmise.
You happy about that or sad about
I'm
that?
actually relieved.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't want to see Kamala in Harris.
Why is that?
I don't want a woman president.
You say woman president?
I don't want a woman president. Can't have it. A woman president? No way. They get enough love in the private sector. They get all the love. Wow. Black men get victimized, criticized, sacralized, all kinds of shit on a regular basis. It's like women versus us.
Yeah.
Women versus men.
Hi.
I followed it around the galaxy.
What's up? What? About having smoke? Talking about Betty? No, sorry, I don't.
We're doing an interview for the streets.
Hey, you want to talk?
Fetty?
We can talk about Betty. I mean, and its effects, like, on society. No? So about that president. How many of you live here?
Too many.
Too many?
Yeah. Oh man, it's lost.
It will get better.
If I told you my truth, it would only get worse.
Why
The
is
truth
that?
is, I'm a baron for the souls of the lost.
A baron for the souls of the lost?
Yeah. So right now I'm doing prayers and intercessions for the lost souls. And it looks like I'm just trying to start a fire, right? Now that I told you the truth, it's easily nice. I'm also a poet. I'm just a poet. I'm just a poet. Thank you.
That was nice. Well, it's good to have a purpose, and I'm glad you have that.
I feel purposeful. That's the only thing keeping me tethered.
Yeah. And I'm glad she gave you that pop.
Thank you.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna get going. I wish you the best,
Thank you
okay?
guys for coming. What's your name again?
My name's Charles.
Yeah, I gotta be careful how I shake his hand.
Here, you want me to do this one? Is that all right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I appreciate your time. I do. Have a
Thank
good
you
night.
too. Thank you too. I like your shoes.
Thanks.
Bad work. You got some nice, cleaned up.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Be safe, okay?
You know any magic?
Nope.
You teach me magic? I get the vibe you know magic.
I do look kind of like a magician, don't I?
Yeah, like real magic.
I'll work on that, and I'll come back. And,
Like David Blaine shit.
Yeah. I do kind of got that little look going on, don't I?
Hey, I like it.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. All right, man. Thank you. First, I just want to say, Nameless communication style is awesome and right up my alley. Highly metaphorical and visual, I really enjoyed walking with his words to his desired end. His description of how he wanted drugs to evolve and change in treatment was fantastic. You may attribute this to something else, however, I believe this is just his method of communication, which I truly enjoyed. Second, the value he placed on this space was truly intriguing. The concept of value from one person to another is amazing and humbling, At the same time, the majority walking by would perceive such a space as dirty, a hole in a wall, and harsh. This was a space that truly brought him comfort. Lastly, and I quote Nameless speaking of Portland, "It's just, you know, like Skid Row, a place for derelicts. We took a redirect down the Detroit route." I have lived in Portland, past tense, because no longer I do. And here is why. Between 2020 and 2019, it averaged 21 homicides a year. By 2022, 101. Mind you, Oakland's was 119 that year, according to the Turlock Journal. Ironically, in June 2020, $15 million was cut from the police force budget. That same year, voters chose to decriminalize fentanyl, heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamine, taking effect in 2021, according to CNN. Is this coincidence? I think I'll let the coincidence speak for itself. Maybe there's a reason why we are now recriminalizing drugs in 2024. Thank you for watching. Sincerely, Charles Randolph.
Ouch.
Doing all right? I'm sorry, dude.
I'm covering my hand right now. It's in my brain.
All right. So first,
Or this area, wow, this area.
are you drawn to this place also, not only for the protection, but the thought that
Okay, now we're
Is
going
it
to talk
spiritual
vortexes. Yeah, we'll talk about vortexes because what we don't see is the spiritual algorithm that makes up this frequentic area. You know, like it's a frequency emitting at all times, and in the sense of ghost, and am I a ghost? Yes, I am a ghost. Am I a homuncular creature? Homunculus, amorphous? Not so much. My body's fragile.
What do you mean by your body's fragile?
I was pieced together from assorted places and times. I'm a creature.
Do you have a family?
In a vagina somewhere. A good one in that, like a warm one that's happy to be held.
It's got a standard.
Yeah, it's like I like you three. It's a mutual preference.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. You got any thoughts? You got any thoughts about that president?
Toledo. You got a little soda?
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm talking about. And it's part of the talking about. So we know. Those three talking about.